we are, once again, at the beginning of a month.
That's what this is.
Which means a month just ended, which was March.
That is the one.
And as per tradition, we top 5 at the end of the month.
Yes,
or technically the beginning of the next month.
That one. That's the one we do.
This month's top 5 for March belongs to Travis Colt.
That's me.
So he's going to give us Travis's top 5.
Yeah.
Reiterating the rules. It cannot be the same 5 as last month.
That being Luke Harper, Cassius Ohno, Samoa Joe, any of the people that left TNA, or Bray Wyatt.
And it can be, for whatever reason, Travis Colt wants them to be in the top 5.
As long as it pertains to wrestling. Or they are a wrestler. Nathan Jones was on this top 5 once because he was in Mad Max. That was a thing. Thank you, Thomas Wolfe. But none of my people were in movies.
Yeah.
But they were all involved in wrestling somehow.
Yeah, start with number 5.
Number 5. Talking about a little lady known as Ruby Riott.
Yeah.
Making her debut on NXT TV just at the end of March. Just before NXT TakeOver Orlando. Helping out Ty Dillinger and Roderick Strong and No Way Jose against Sanity. Heidi Lovelace is already a favorite of ours. And so to see her...
It's a heart. If you couldn't tell.
It's alright.
So
to finally see her show up on NXT is great, especially with how, we're rebuilding the women's roster now, and we're doing a really good job with people like Asuka and Ember Moon, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay. But now to have someone with the level of intensity that is Heidi Lovelace, aka Ruby Riott, it's going to be an awesome addition. Plus, I really want to see her and Nikki Cross just go at it.
it's probably going to happen.
I mean, I can't put her on here because of what she did at NXT TakeOver, because that was in April. But just knowing that Ruby Riott's debut led to her first encounter on TV against Nikki Cross, I'm excited to see what the two ladies can do in the future. So, welcome to NXT Ruby Riott. Moving on to number 4, another lady just at the end of March. The only lady inducted into the 2017 Hall of Fame this year, the Glamazon Beth Phoenix. This isn't pertaining to how awesome she is as a wrestler. It's not pertaining to...
Which she is awesome as a wrestler.
She is awesome. It's not pertaining to how gorgeous she is, because she's absolutely gorgeous. It's the level of creativity and fun that she had with her acceptance speech at the Hall of Fame on the 31st.
Yeah.
Because it was very well spoken. She had a lot of great things to say. She thanked a lot of people. She thanked China, which is a great little addition when you're a big, strong woman in wrestling. But...
Well, I mean, that was essentially just like the catalyst to why she got to be in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. China was the only one that had ever done that. And so Beth became the second ever woman to be in the Royal Rumble. And, there was a lot of great things that she did with the speech, but my favorite, and he didn't even know it was going to happen, but she just so happens to be married to Edge, who was in the audience along with their daughter Lyric. And as she's introducing Edge, the fans are already crazy because it's Edge and we all love Edge. But she pulls the ultimate move when you're introducing Edge in any shape or form. You need Tony Chimel.
Yeah.
We had Tony Chimel come out, do the rated R Superstar, the music played and everything. And it's just, you don't get a whole lot of that little extra stuff in acceptance speeches very often, and I appreciated what Beth Phoenix did. She used her moment to make a moment.
Yeah.
Which is...
Her and Kurt Angle...
Yeah.
Up to the creativity level of the Hall of Fame speeches this year.
They really did. So, Beth, congratulations on your Hall of Fame induction, and thank you for a hilarious moment in Hall of Fame history.
Numero 3
was a man who was at Wrestlemania. He went for a championship at Wrestlemania but March was his return to the main roster after a severe injury that not many people thought he was going to be able to overcome. That being the greatest man who ever lived, Austin Aries. The fact that he was on TV doing the commentary bit and doing the little backstage or post-match interviews and stuff like that, it almost seemed like Austin Aries never went away, because he was immediately reintroduced to the crowd. Everyone knew who he was, and then he used that as a seamless transition back onto the 205 roster, and his return, it almost seemed like he never stopped. He didn't show a lot of ring rust. He was immediately back in there, killing it with Neville. He was killing it with all the other people that he had to vie against in the Fatal 5-Way to get that shot.
Yeah, the only time he really had any kind of things that would look like little slip-ups were the first match he had back against Tony Nese.
Yeah, and Tony Nese did a great job of making him look like $1 million anyway, because Tony Nese is great in the ring too. And so to be away for as long as he was and make it seem like he really wasn't gone for that long, and just the seamless transition back into the actual active roster is extremely impressive, which gets him the spot number 3 on my top 5.
Second to last?
Or 2.
Yeah!
This was a man who achieved his very first world championship in a company that he pretty much helped build. That's the word. A man who was in the very first championship match and didn't win it, and I believe 12 years was how long it took him to finally get it. But Christopher Daniels finally became the Ring of Honor World Champion at the 15-year anniversary after beating Adam Cole, baby. And it's amazing to have someone who was so influential in that company to not hold the championship until nearly the end of his career.
Yeah.
For a guy who has teased the possibility of it almost being over, for a guy who has consistently been amazing in the ring, even at the age he is now, to still go out there and keep up with most of the younger talent that's coming through the pipeline now as far as wrestling and indie wrestling is concerned. And now he wins his first world championship in that company. It's amazing that he still feels like he belongs in that group of people. That he hasn't lost any of his ability in ring. Plus, the whole setup with Kazarian being a mole in the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
He's turns on Daniels only to turn on Adam Cole at the 15-year anniversary. Just a fun little storyline, a well-deserved title run, and yeah. So I'm excited to see what Christopher Daniels does for however long the duration of his title run is. But he's got a lot of great people that he can face. He just faced Dalton Castle at Supercard of Honor, and I'm sure that was an amazing match. So we'll see who else he has to face later on. But before I get to number 1, Kevin Hawk, are there any honorable mentions?
There are a handful of honorable mentions.
All right, let's talk about them.
Honorable mention number 1, Drew Gulak.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Because Drew Gulak is, petitioning for a safer environment for his workers.
A more conservative 205 Live.
A more conservative 205 Live. Shall we say a Drew-05 Live.
Hashtag Drew-05 Live.
Yeah. On a side note, I kind of hope that if the Superstar Shakeup does also include NXT, I actually want to see Drew over on NXT.
I think he would excel so much.
I think he got his start in WWE from the Cruiserweight Classic, but I think he would do so much more over on NXT.
On this past 205 Live, when I saw that the UK stars were there, I thought, what if that's Drew Gulak's way of changing 205 Live? He brings in these, not necessarily people like Mandrews, but you got people like Wolfgang and Pete Dunne, who aren't about the flashy stuff. They're about just brawly technical wrestling, which is what Drew Gulak does. Mm-hmm. I thought that would be really cool to have him bring in this whole force of people. But
he should team with Oni Lorcan, Noam Dar, and Pete Dunne as his Drew 05 Live stable.
Oni Lorcan was already on 205 Live.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Next up in honorable mentions, the Miz and Maryse.
Total Bella bullshit.
Not just total Bella bullshit, the whole build-up to calling out John Cena and Nikki Bella for the Wrestlemania match.
Absolutely.
The whole shtick, the whole shebang, all of it. And as a little side, also honorable mention is Tyler Breeze for being Breezy Bella and rocking that fearless outfit.
The fact that he did it more than once is impressive.
Yep.
All right. Is that it?
Who's number one?
Number one isn't just one.
Not so much of a who.
No, it's a who as a group. Who, WWE is.
Ooh.
Yeah, sure. I'm just go ahead. Do your New Day thing. It's cool. WWE, especially as a WWE, as Kurt Angle likes to call it, isn't exactly known for its amazing creativity.
Especially in the realm of comedy.
WWE's stuff gets kind of stagnant. It tends to repeat itself a lot. A lot of the shows on the network some of them are funny. Like I love Ride Along. I like the beginning of Camp WWE. There's certain little moments that are great, but none of them, and I mean none of them, compare to the creativity and the hilarity that was Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
So the entire Rogue territory promotion, Southpaw Regional Wrestling, gets the number one spot.
Absolutely. Everyone that was involved in the creative aspect, everyone who played the amazing roles.
Everyone from Chet Cheddarfield to Big Bartholomew.
Even the Sea Monster for his...
Sea Creature,
for his one quick cameo, along with Mr. McElroy. The whole thing...
Mr. Macaroni.
The whole thing, it's 4 YouTube videos, around 6 or 7 minutes long a piece, I think. No, each one's no longer than about 10 minutes.
No, I think the longest is 8.
It became one of the biggest sensations WWE has done in a very long time. And It was completely different from anything they had ever done. It was new, it was fun. I would watch and review and love a weekly Southpaw Regional Wrestling show.
Yeah, I'm just hoping WWE finds more the video cassette tapes.
You gotta think they're out there somewhere. I mean, we found a script
about
what was supposed to happen at Lethal Leap Year. I mean,
despite the fact that it didn't get to happen.
Yeah, I mean, we know what was supposed to happen. There's got to be more out there. I want more Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
More SRW.
I mean, they're selling shirts on WWE Shop now.
Yeah.
So that's a step in the right direction. Let's start funding. Let's see if we can get Southpaw Regional Wrestling to make a comeback. I mean, you got to think. I don't know. Chet Cheddarfield might not be alive anymore. But, I mean, Lance Catamaran might still be in pretty good shape to do some
Chet Cheddarfield was totally alive.
Was he?
Him and Mr. McElroy appeared at Access.
Oh, What?
Yeah, they did autograph signings. Fandango and Tyler Breeze got stuck at a drive-thru at a Chick-fil-A, I think.
Oh yeah, well there's a lot of people in Orlando, so. All right, well there you go. Chet Cheddarfield is alive. Mr. McElroy's alive. I mean, I don't know. Lance had some issues towards the end there. He was not too happy with how things were running, but we can get him back. I mean, he's probably not doing news anywhere. But anyway, more Southpaw Regional Wrestling, please. That's why it's on my top 5 in the number 1 spot, because it deserves it. But for now, that's it for the top 5. Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe.
Click the links down in the description, send in all of our social medias.
There's a lot of social media
Post
links
in the
there.
comments who you would have put on your top 5. Do you agree with my top 5? Doesn't really matter if you do or not because it's mine
Yeah, if
and
you
it's
don't
not going
agree,
to change.
Fuck off. I mean,
Yes.
just post yours below.
Check out the podcast link for our indie news with all of the stuff that happened in or around the Orlando
In or around Orlando.
Yes. Check out the Raw After Mania, the SmackDown Live After Mania, the 205 Live After Mania, and the NXT prior to TakeOver. Check out all that stuff. Also, check out Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
Yeah, it's reasonable with a W. Like wrestling.
Where we have brand new videos
We do.
every single day. At this point, you can go over there. You can check out our WrestleMania 33 Punishment. You can check out, oh my God, the very first part of a Strange Soda Taste Test. You can check out the very first What Colt's Wondering, where I talk about what I'm wondering as far as the Superstar Shakeup is concerned. You can check out the second episode of Fantasy Warfare and the very first episode of the Hawktail Hour, where this man will get you drunk on wrestling.
Yeah.
But for now, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. Susan, call me.
Sending moon notes.